Previously on Paranormal Endeavors.
Paranormal Endeavors was invited to another public event, but this was at the Randleman House.
My name is Mike Sutton. I'm the founder of Central Iowa Paranormal Investigators.
Randleman House was built in 1906. This is the only group that's ever been in here for this type of thing.
There was a different vibe up there the entire night, but now it was like it was coming out to play.
Now that I'm getting seriously cold.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it doesn't like you guys.
What's going on, Mom?
Do you want to go downstairs?
No.
Any spirits or any spiritual influence, you need to leave her alone.
Come on,
right now.
Her alone now.
You need to leave her alone.
Mom. Look. You have my cross. Okay?
On this case,
Thoughts on going to thrive in your sleep. Besides when Kim showed up?
Well, I'm glad to be back after
it's intriguing being Jack.
Ask questions.
I pray right now, in the name of Jesus' name, whatever spirit is here with us, I command you, in the name of Jesus, to leave. You have to. You have to obey. You have no authority to do what you did. The Lord Jesus will take care of you later. Step away. Do you understand? You have no right to step forward to anyone in this building right now. Back off in the name of Jesus. It's lifting. You have to go away.
Leave her alone in the name of Jesus.
Everyone lay hand on her. Everyone now. Everyone say it. The name Jesus. Jesus. Leave. You have no right.
She's coming under suppression, which is different from a possession standpoint. Possession is completely something, a whole nother ballgame. That's something that not just anybody in the field should dabble into. It can be dangerous.
It's lifted.
Yeah.
I'm here for you, alright?
Sorry.
Will you sing for me? Did you hear an I do?
Mm-hmm. I heard something. It's soft.
Just relax.
Check where her feet are, so she goes there.
I
We're good.
holding her back. So.
She's gonna collapse back and relax. If she wants to lay down, that's fine. She's completely weak right now, guys. We're just holding her up. Just let her relax.
So it could be spiritual energy from a very depressed energy, or a spirit that had passed away under very dire consequences, and then releases all that energy onto somebody living, and then that person can really feel that and then become overtaken.
Oh, I got you. You're okay. He's wanting you out of here. He wants you.
So like I've done many times before, I called out on the angels and worked some energy there, rid her of so much of that negative overtaking energy, And again, just because this happens, it's important for teens to know, does not mean demonic automatically.
I can't take stuff like that. I mean, and that's the risk we take doing this.
Yeah.
And I've never had that happen to anybody.
And you're her daughter?
I'm her daughter. Yes.
Okay, and this has never happened before?
No.
Okay.
That's why she started freaking out.
That's why I started freaking out, because like her face literally started changing on me.
Now, I had asked the question, I had asked those around this individual who knew her the best, which happened to be some family members that were there that night, if this has ever happened before. And they had said no. Because you got to think, you know, psychological or maybe a medical emergency or something was going on here. And really across the board, paranormal researchers in the field, investigators, really need to consider the logical explanations first. They need to really consider psychological things that might be happening. For example, you know, there's several people who think everything is demon, 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 or they glorify demons in this field. So if somebody is having an epileptic seizure or some kind of a medical emergency of some sort, you know, and then those individuals, they would approach it as being, oh, it's a demon. A demon's inside of her. How ludicrous is that?
I didn't want to go back in. I just didn't. Something wasn't right. And I couldn't put my finger on it. I'm not straightforward, and I didn't know what to say. So I left it alone and I just didn't feel at the time I needed to jump in there. And when you said go, it was just instant. Like, or what? We couldn't hardly hear you.
Mm-hmm.
Before all this incident, I'm not kidding you, there's no playing around. That voice, I thought it sounded like Kenny.
I did too, and he's swearing.
You guys.
And he's like, dude, I thought it was you. And I'm like, no, you called it out. I'm like,
Yeah, I was like, you guys, it doesn't like, it's building, it does not like you, something's gonna
he
happen.
knew something bad was about to happen. He called it out right before she...
I've never had to deal with something like this, and the natural instinct that I had was just to do it. And so therein lies, in essence, that when you say a prayer and you ask, that it's just, there's no questions, no doubts. There is a Jesus. And there is another spiritual...
Definitely.
There's a higher power, and that's what I tell people.
Power,
I'm like, it might not be Jesus, you might worship the gnome in your front yard, but it's still great to have, when you go in this field, not to believe in nothing, because it will change your mind.
What was the last thing that you remember before? I mean, were you experiencing this the whole time? Do you remember everything the whole time?
I was fine when I was back in the back. She asked me to walk back in the corner with her, way on the other side where you guys were. And she told me that something tugged on her arm. So we moved out of there. And I remember watching that
Bear trap thingy.
swing.
Whatever it was, I will tell you.
wanted to...
It was definitely a spiritual... It was a spiritual battle that we just won. With, I mean, no inclinance. It was just hands down, whatever it was is gone. It's not going to be part of you. I mean, this is because you remember the whole thing, and that's a good sign that you remember everything. So,
I believe she felt it was communicating something or trying to communicate something out through her, and she wasn't letting it. She wasn't comfortable with it doing that, you know. And I've channeled things before in beings, and I know what that can be like. And for somebody who's not wanting that to happen or not even ready for it, it can be dramatic.
you're all right. Just kind of stretch. Just relax. We're going to walk around a little bit here in a second. Just kind of get your focus. You're fine.
Mike.
Stretch out. Do what you got to do with stretching and...
I'm not thinking.
Okay.
He's your trooper.
Thanks, guys.
Seeing you have fun, I don't think that was the kind of fun that we intended.
Mike, are you going to be alright? You seem really...
No, I'm good.
Seem like it affected you a lot.
He's taking it in.
Okay.
Is what he's doing.
What?
Processing.
Obviously, what I experienced was just, it's the things you see on TV that you don't really think is going to happen to you.
Mm-hmm.
And when I walked up to her, it wasn't her. I tried to grab her arm, and her arm wouldn't move. Like, I could not move her arm.
Oh, I felt her strength. I mean, it was not her. There's no way.
It wasn't her
She was
strength.
squeezing the crap out of my hand. And her muscles were so tense, so tight, and that's when I said, we need to sit her down. we need to do what we did. And it's just, and I'll tell you, after we started going,
make sure she's okay.
I just did a minute ago.
and as soon as we started, and then I asked everyone to lay hands. As soon as everybody did that, boom.
Yeah.
I literally felt like it was not going through me, but it was being lifted. Like she was just like dead weight. I mean, it was.
Keep in mind, though, too, it's good to note that just because that happened does not automatically mean the D word.
Right.
There's a possibility of possession, but also a possibility of being overtaken by an angry spirit.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
An angry spirit doesn't necessarily have to possess you.
Mm-hmm.
It can overtake you.
You just suddenly, it's like empaths. I mean, I'm empathic. I walk into a place and somebody who may have passed away because of a heart attack in that area, I walk in the room and all of a sudden it's overwhelming. I have chest pains and I feel silly.
You feel, what is it?
Yeah.
You feel that suffering, that pain, or
Yeah.
that it's always negative too. I rarely hear have the positive.
Sometimes I will, but
Very
it's
rarely.
mainly the negative, correct?
Yep.
So,
Wow.
but yeah, just so everybody who's still here does know that, doesn't, you know, because there are demon chasers in the paranormal field too, but this does not automatically mean that.
I'm sorry you guys had to see that. This stuff's real, and that's the risk that you take. Doing what we do.
Well, that to me is why the paranormal field's kind of moved in the wrong direction overall. With all those shows and everything
I
going on
agree.
now, there's kids and people, amateurs watching that stuff, and they're watching the, you know, people who provoke, and they're like, oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome, that's the way to do it. I'm going to go out in the cemetery or this creepy old place that has something and do that.
People that my house is haunted or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I focus more on the client as an individual
That's what Endeavors does too.
So you know where I'm coming from than
Mm-hmm.
than actually trying to focus on getting rich quick.
Go from
I don't feel this is the time to continue an investigation. I don't want to put anybody else at risk.
And that's your call. That's perfectly fine.
Everybody else ended up leaving, you know, and I feel bad, but
I signed a waiver and I'll go up there.
ready to go.
I don't have a problem going back up there.
I am with you. I am ready.
I don't, but I'm not going up there to look for answers to have more issues.
I'm just worried about this guy. I just want to make sure that you're.
I'm good.
All right.
I'm good.
I've seen how it's
I'm
affected
good.
you, and I've seen that before in the field.
I'm just more. I'm more worried about. I'm just
Her.
worried about her. I
Yeah.
hope that she, you know.
Well, I told her if if there's anything weird or strange that happens in the next few days, let somebody know.
That is really concerning.
I'd be surprised if it did, because I kind of felt that it's not that type that would follow her, but just in case, because it has happened.
And before you guys leave, too, if you guys are okay doing a prayer, just to help.
Yeah, I could have.
Hitchhiker ghosts happen a lot, so, and we always do it before we leave. I'd be alright doing that with you guys too. So.
But no amount of experience can prepare everybody for something like this when it happens. It's just, it's not a one-size-fits-all. You can train for this, you can read about it in books, but nothing comes close to first-hand field experience.
Well, thank you for coming back out here. I just wanted to ask, just to see if there's anything else that had happened, or if there's anything after that night. Do you remember anything? Did anything happen at your house?
Nothing happened.
Okay, good.
I was a little sad. I wasn't wanting to talk about it for quite a while. It took me a while before I would say something about it. But everything has been fine.
Well, good. And it sounded like it took quite a bit, which is understandable, to come back here. But I'm, like I said, and I revealed to everybody, I'm glad that you did, because it'd be bad if you just let it dominate and ruin, what you like. So, thanks again for.
You guys have a great
Yeah. Think about what you just saw, and think about the fact that there's things that happen to people and animals that are worse than what had happened that night. Just food for thought.
Paranormal Endeavors sprouted in spring of 2010, but the roots of it can go back even further. I was a part of other paranormal teams, about 3 or so actually, in fact, before that, leading up to it. And I got a good test and good range of how different teams function differently and different procedures and methods that were used amongst them. And originally I wasn't really that interested in leading a team or anything like that.
I've known Eric for quite some time, and we were having, I just moved in with my boyfriend Jason, and we were having issues, I guess you would say, with stuff happening in the house. So I had Eric and his team come out. I think Endeavors was just for fresh.
I joined Paranormal Endeavors about 2 years ago, and basically how I got to be a part of the team was through Kim, my girlfriend. She's been involved with the paranormal community and on Eric's team, Paranormal Endeavors, for a little while, and I was just basically I had a basic interest in knowing more.
So this being the intro to Chapter 3, it's crazy that it's been 2 years already since I first started with Paranormal Endeavors. Getting used to the camera. That was kind of hard in the beginning, but it just takes time.
Paranormal Endeavors is a team that researches using scientific and spiritual, of course at the client's request. Some clients may want specifically to be told, they want to know who's there, why they're there, and that would fall under the spiritual realm. So we'll go in there with our sensitives. I'm a sensitive, Kim is, and some other people in various degrees have a little bit of abilities and whatnot.
So I had Eric come out, do an investigation, and then I trust Eric, so I wanted to join the team. And so I talked to him about joining the team, and I have been here ever since. And I think he secretly thinks it's the worst mistake he ever made. And now we need to join the team.
I am a field researcher for Paranormal Endeavors. Basically, what that is just a paranormal investigator.
Hi, I'm Carrie. I did some paranormal investigation on my own a long time ago. Joined a group, left that group, and Eric contacted me and asked me if I'd be interested in going out and doing more.
Having never really been around the whole paranormal field before, I've learned a lot. I'm still learning. I mean, you never really stop learning. But I've been very pleased with all the experiences I've had. And I look forward to the experiences I'm going to have in the future.
And initially I was actually I guess I was the designated cameraman. So for a lot of these investigations I've been doing a lot of filming. I'm trying to kind of, I don't know what you want to call it. I'm not going to say like spread my wings or interesting or anything like that, but trying to learn, different aspects of the paranormal, kind of experience when we go on investigations, and trying to experience, feelings and intuition and just picking up on certain things, and trying to just have a positive experience, and hopefully, I guess the end goal is to help somebody.
Cases that are coming up that I am very excited for, especially the one in May at the asylum. I've been wanting to be able to get into an asylum for quite some time, so I'm very much looking forward to that.
I'm fairly new, probably one of the newer people on the team. I've had a little bit of experiences out there. I don't call myself a skeptic. I'm somewhere in between. I believe there's stuff out there, I just don't believe you see it all the time.
It's kind of cool to have that spiritual and scientific methods to use to do that. And we also provide cleansings at the request of the clients. We do prefer to do investigation before cleansing, so that it kind of allows us to work with the spirit or the energy there to see what they might want and gain that knowledge and intel background.
When I started, I was just a field researcher, and now I'm the team historian. And what that involves is I get to talk to the owners, and hopefully they have an abstract I can go over and get more information, but a lot of times they don't. So I called like society, like the historical societies of the town. And when did you start noticing stuff?
So I'm pretty excited to go forward to the 3rd chapter with Paranormal Endeavors, and I'm just excited to experience new cases and new things. And
2013 chapter, get to see the new places, get to investigate new places.
I'm excited about season 3 because I set up a case so we can go back to Edinburgh Manor. I didn't get to go the first time. We had planned on it, but I had personal issues, so we never went.
I look forward to all of our future endeavors.
And I look forward to Paranormal Endeavors and the cases that are yet to come. So.
And then I'm excited to see what else we're going to be doing. It's going to be a good year.
And now, 3 chapters later, or about almost 3 years later, we are still going pretty strong.
We're going to have some great endeavors.
We've had to update the roster here. Scoot and Af, they were one of those. That was an example of couldn't find enough time to do it. They've had some of their life endeavors pop up, and it makes sense. Sorry to see you go. Sarah and Miles, they've been with us for just a year and a half or so now, and about the last year or so, they haven't been able to do a whole lot. So Sarah had messaged me. For tonight's case, so this one's local. We like local ones. Lori, who's a friend and colleague actually, she works with me too, and she wants us over there. She wants to understand more about what it is, if it's haunting, if it's good or it's evil, who it might be, also the validation she's not crazy.
Alright, so tonight, feeling very uneasy. I've been getting knots in my stomach off and on. Earlier I went from fine to feeling very nauseated and very so I went to bed. Tonight like on the way here, it's just a very uneasy feeling.
She asked him who he's talking to, and he said he can't tell. They don't want him telling her. And then when he'll say, "Look, now you got us in trouble," like get mad at him.
I have adrenaline flow going right now, so I'm kind of excited.
This is kind of a priority case because there's a child involved, and he's the one communicating with it. I guess you would say it's like attached to him in a way, from what we've been told. Driving here has seemed like it took forever.
Is telling one of the clients not to speak about whoever is there. I don't like that.
Right, with this investigation, we'd actually briefed majority of the team on this case. It was the first one of 2013, but also first case of Chapter 3 as well. But also a sensitive case involving a child, especially a child with autism. And we've actually, originally December, were slated to come here to do this investigation. Then it got canceled as a client, and some of my team had actually fell ill, and then it got canceled another time in between, and so now we're finally getting in there, but there's some vibes and stuff coming off of it that were not really normal or I guess natural or so, that to a case from what we've been experienced before, to where it's almost as if whatever is there didn't want us to ever really come there. And so it is what it is on that aspect, but we were able to make it. And with this investigation, the first part of it, we decided to do like an advanced team and just have like 2 or 3 people go in, and then have maybe a slightly bigger investigation a second time. We'd actually planned to do this investigation separately, or different than how we've done in the past, where we're kind of doing a series of mini investigations, or a 2-parter. So it's just you and I. We're going to be kind of considered the advanced team on this one, going in there, kind of getting some information on it first. I don't plan on doing the cleansing tonight.
Eric and I went in first. It's kind of cool to get a baseline, find where there's high EMF, find where there's feelings. I don't think we'll probably get it done, but if we could, it'd be cool to find out if there was anything caught during that time to see if it's different when there's more people there.
Hey, how are you?
Not bad. How about you guys?
Eric, Paranormal Endeavors.
Hi, Rory Brown.
Yep, this is Carrie.
Carrie, hi. Nice to meet you, Carrie. You're Rory Brown.
Like I was telling you the other day, when I was doing the dishes, I was over there and had the water on doing the dishes, and I heard like a door creak open, really slow, like, and it wasn't, if you slam a door or close a door, it makes a different creaking noise, you know, and so I yelled, Haley, Haley, you know, because I thought she was coming in the front door. No response. So I let the water run and I come over here and I went like this and I checked and the door wasn't open and I'm still hearing it this whole time as I'm passing. You know, the door's still going like it's creaking open. So I look down this hallway, all the bedroom doors are open. You know, this closet door never hardly gets open. And so I thought, well, okay. So I went down here like this and I thought, that's it, I'm done, I'm done. You know, because it was freaking me out because by that time it had stopped. But it's like, okay, come on, you know, I know the difference between, so that kind of, you know, freaked me out. That happened a couple days in a row. Actually, I think it was like a Tuesday and Wednesday, Thursday, that it happened like 3 nights in a row. Okay. You know, but I was by myself anyway and kind of skeptical, you know.
Yeah.
How sometimes you freak yourself out, but I thought, no. The first time, yeah. The second time, maybe. The third time, no. You know.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I've noticed just in here. I'll look like down on the ground. Like, I just see that. Kind of like I try to explain, like on movies when souls are released and they go up to, you know, and you know how they're kind of windy and ghosty and airy. That's kind of like what I seen on the ground. I notice like sometimes when I'm in there and going to the bathroom and that, you know, I'll be sitting there and I'll be hearing Dakota, my son, in his bedroom, and he'll be talking to somebody, literally talking, you know. Sometimes it's mumbled and I can't hear it, or if I creep over to the door, he stops because he can sense me there. You know, but there's been times, you know, I've heard him say before, like, oh no, I told you he's gonna get in trouble for that. And then I'll be like, Dakota, who are you talking to? And he'll be like, oh, nobody, Mom, nothing, Mom. You know, or he'll be talking like that and open up that door and I'll be like, you know, knock real quick and open up. What are you doing, buddy? Oh, nothing, Mom. You know, like, he's trying to hide something, but nah. I try to use a tape recorder, but I probably messed that thing up and probably didn't record anything.
You haven't had a chance to listen to it yet.
Yeah, you know, so it might not have recorded anything, but most nights when I heard like the two voices were coming from Dakota's bedroom or right here in this vicinity.
I enjoyed talking to Cody. I think Cody would have to have more trust and really say something. He just talked about lots of things and he wanted to feel us out to see whether he liked us or not. I don't have any true thoughts about what he's doing.
Oh, I just kissed the glimpse of the black shadow going across there. So, you know, so I couldn't really, you know, tell you height or, you know, and I'm over there in the corner sitting down, but, you know, it'd be like, probably, you know, this high would be like the shoulder, you know, so he'd probably, you know.
At first, I would always like run up the stairs and like I would just get this overwhelming like rush and I'd be like, oh my gosh, I have to hurry up, and it could have been during the day or at night. Like I was like, maybe it's just the night, but during the day I would do the same exact thing. But now I just like casually walk up the stairs, but in my mind I'm like, oh shit, you know. So I'm trying to go up there fast, but when I go to the landing, I just feel like something's like glaring back at me.
And I'm laying over there and I swear to God, I hear that front door creak open. And it sounded just like Haley, because bless her heart, no matter what time of the day or night it is, Haley she kind of slams that door always. It's never shut quietly. She doesn't know how to sneak out. No. You think she's of age and she doesn't have to do that anymore. Stomping up the steps and I'm going, Haley, is that you? Okay, well by now, it's still pitch dark. And I'm looking out the window anyway, you know, because I thought, you know, maybe she was still out there or something. And I said, Haley, is that you? And I didn't hear nothing. By the time the footsteps stopped, it sounded just like it stopped at her door, about right where she is. Because sometimes if she comes home late, she'll peek in to see if I'm awake or asleep.
Yeah.
That way she knows I won't bother Mom if she's sleeping, but if she's up, I'll talk with her for a few minutes.
Yeah.
And so I thought that was a hesitation when I heard the footsteps stop. Oh, she's checking on me. So I looked over and I said, Haley, is that you? Well, when I did, Eric, right here from about right to there, was a silhouette of a perfect black image of a figure.
Okay.
And it looked like it was just standing just like this, staring at me, not moving. So I probably pissed it off. I probably kind of pissed it off in a way like, oh, bitch, you're going to tell me, you know.
Oh, that's understandable. But on our aspect for that, though, our viewpoint is coming in here, beware that, because our MO is usually more the opposite of that. We do have provocation on the table, but it's rarely ever used.
Yeah.
But with this case, and I told her about this too, because she feels for it especially, that we really want to see how far we can get with it, being, being as polite and respectful as we can, because also know that there could be, I'd feel bad if there's repercussions if you give us permission to even open up that can, because even after we leave, it might come out and then either retaliate on you or him. This will be part 1. Hopefully we'll come back here in the next week or so to the bigger group for a little bit longer investigation, but from this point, we'll bring in the stuff, set it up, and see what happens over the next couple hours. And so,
yeah, okay, all right, sounds good.
Setup went pretty well. The tour and the details and the information we were given by the clients was really well as well.
Because of your own space?
Oh, your own space? No.
You think we ask him, about his friend?
Because we're wondering, because he doesn't know us as well. If we initiate that.
Hey, do you remember when Mom asked you about if you're talking to anybody in here, your friend? What was your friend's name? Or he doesn't have a name? Or you don't have a friend in here?
My friend is nothing.
He's nothing? Or are you just talking to yourself, or are you talking to a make-believe friend?
I was talking to myself.
Okay. Because if there's a friend, I wouldn't mind meeting him, if he's okay with that.
Remember the guy, remember the one you were talking to earlier today? I heard you in here talking to him earlier.
Talking to him earlier?
Remember when you were in, no, not, it was yesterday.
That was not me. It wasn't me.
Who was it?
That was nobody.
Yesterday you were talking to him. Remember when you said something to him? I couldn't remember what you said to him.
I not say it, I know.
And I asked if you were okay, and you said you were fine.
I was doing a fine job.
You're the guy, remember the other day when you said something about, no, I told you we shouldn't have done that, we're going to get in trouble? Who was you talking to?
Nothing.
Okay. I was just double checking
I
to
am
see.
not in trouble.
No, honey, no. By all means, you are not in trouble. You're not in trouble, honey. I was just wondering.
We are not in trouble.
No, baby. I was just wondering what your friend's name was, because I'd like to meet him and have him be my friend.
And my face spot.
No, what was his friend? What did you say your friend's name was? Did you say Peter?
I'm not Peter.
Oh.
That was nothing.
Oh, okay. It wasn't nothing. You weren't talking to nobody? Okay.
And with Carrie's mental health background and being around autistic individuals, I wanted her to see if she maybe could have a connection with Cody to figure out what's going on there. Because it's unsettled. Some of the stories that we got on that is it seemed like Cody may have been visited by some individuals in spirit that might be visiting him and potentially kind of, in a way, making friends with him.
Haley, sometimes, remember that day I was asking him and I said you take over and ask him?
Well, yeah, and he's usually, I don't know, we have a different connection than everybody else. So even when he was younger, like, and he wouldn't talk, like, I would still know what he was saying. And I can just tell, like, he's avoiding the subject. He doesn't want to talk about it. Well, his avoidance is anger.
Mm-hmm.
He'll get angry and be like, get out of my room. Like, when it got too sensitive for him, he's like, get out. You know what I mean? And even when she first asked, the first thing he did was this. You know what I mean? Like, he immediately went for the door to get out, out of the way. But he didn't want to be rude because you guys were here. So he's like, the only thing I can do is slowly but surely, keep closing the door to push them out more and more. So, but he just totally avoids it. He won't even tell me about it.
Why you wish to be so secretive? Why you don't want Lori to know your agenda, or why you don't want Lori to know what's going on here? Why, in a sense, it seems like you're trying to befriend Cody. We're going to try to figure that out here. And if you have questions or messages for us, feel free to, while we're here, let us know what those may be. Well, I can ask some questions here. Just as you say that, EMF meter going off. Did you get that?
I did. Are you here? If you are, can you do that again, or was that Eric walking close to there?
If that is you, could you please give us that sign again? If you pass by that device over there, will not harm you or hurt you in any way. Or the one over here. Let's see if Dakota.
That wasn't you, was it?
No. EMF went off again on Pod 2. Do you not want us to go upstairs?
That I have no explanation for. Of course, I'm kind of a skeptic because I wasn't there when it would go off, but it would go off and we couldn't be recreated at all times. So I don't know how the pod was going off.
The pod, too, actually had some sporadic EMF hits that originally, the first time it was debunked. The hair dryer, the blow dryer upstairs, when that was turning on, it would set it off. But then there were some times that kind of left us scratching our heads just a little bit when there wasn't anything kicking on, no electronics that were turning on that weren't on. You hear that noise?
It's not your machine?
Well, the chirping is, but that what sounded like a cat. You hear that noise? So you feel he's actually, like my initial impression, you feel he's actually an ornery, I called him a nincompoop. Just very, he's not trying to really necessarily convey a message in a desperate nature of trying to warn them of something. He's
playful,
pleasuring himself of
yes.
Now, okay, go back in that room where we just were. See if you get it again.
It's all going off now.
Oh, EMF metering pod 2 going off majorly.
It was
just like when the K2 and the EMF went off. Yeah, that's funny when the K2 goes off when that EMF goes off.
Alright, you have the other camera, right?
Yeah, I got them both.
That's interesting. As I'm walking down the hall.
This thing has it's a new interceptor camera and stuff, so we have its own monitor here and actually has lullabies that we're playing, which kind of gives an eerie vibe anyway, and then we have the microphone on this too that we can actually talk to it. So I'm going to see remotely ask it some questions down there. Is there anybody down there right now that wishes to speak to us? I think we've done what we can for right now, for tonight. Anything, I mean, you want to add to that?
I think you got a great baseline. At least we know where the electrical charges are.
Well, this first visit, we got some baselines and stuff, so we know where some of the EMF is and what's normal for that. And then I still think for the logical stuff that's not really paranormal, like any mold, any kind of maybe carbon monoxide stuff, get the air checked, get some stuff like that, especially if there's illness or kind of strange sickness when you come here.
Because you guys just reiterated what I thought, but I thought, oh God, if I do that, then it's nothing. I go to that expense. It's worthless. But since you guys kind of backed it up.
He just didn't want us to come here. Now that we're actually here, then he's backed
I don't
off.
even know if he cares that we were here that much anymore.
Not so much. He's still lurking. I think he'd still prefer that we
Right.
didn't get in the situation at all.
He's probably more worried about you. He's probably more worried about you. Sorry.
Well,
what do you mean by that? What?
He has more skills than I do.
Oh, no.
He has the other skills that he talked about to you when you were. I was downstairs hanging out.
Well, I'm sure.
You're more threatening.
He knows that.
But he could still know that and come to you more. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm going to stay away from him because I know he can detect me better. I'm going to fly under the radar to someone who doesn't, who can't.
That's why I was laying down there. I laid back on the couch because I needed to relax myself because I need to be off guard for him to say hi to me.
So.
All right. Well, thanks again for your time.
Thanks, Eric.
Yeah.
Thanks, Carrie. Nice to meet you very much. Very much. I so appreciate it. I like you so much.
I loved working with this client, I guess you'd say. She's really nice. I think she worries too much about whether she thinks she's crazy or not. I think, her reality really is happening. So.
And again, before we left, Lori had asked if we'd leave something behind again, so we went ahead and secretly stashed away another DVR audio recorder, in the bedroom to see what might be able to be picked up during that time. Hello? Really? Really?
going back to the house for a second time. I'm really excited to see the family again, also to see the house.
Alright, so this is my first time for this case. I unfortunately missed the first section of this case, but we'll see what happens tonight. I'm excited.
Alright, well, I'm back, baby. After like a year and a half or so, I'm back, and this time I'm on production because I don't have time to really commit fully to being an investigator, but it'll be fun to come back and see what cool stuff we get from behind the camera.
Going back there now with a little bit bigger group, going in there to see what more we can find. The client does want a cleansing, so I'll have to throw that in at the end, and it should be an interesting night. So we'll have to see how it goes here. Hey, how are you?
And this is Alex and Jackie, and that's my daughter Haley. And my friend Richard's in the bedroom on the computer, so if you happen to bleep by him, that's Richard, everybody.
That's funny.
Yep.
So we're back here to conclude and see what more we can do, and possibly end the night with the cleansing, if that's still your wish.
Yes.
Setting went really well. It went quick. We all worked together as a team, which is good.
Setup, I thought I took a little more action and did a little more on my own this time.
And the group is turning 3 years old. That is just like, they're not infants anymore. This is like a full-grown baby. This is awesome.
Alright, what had happened here was, because I heard the EMF meter, I just set in the motion light right there. And I heard it go ding, 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 on that side of the door, and then I heard you guys saying if you could see it, and then I went to the garage door here, opened it, and then the EMF meter went, it's bazzed, but I felt like a mass was right here. I felt uneasy when I'd open the door. Let's put them right here next to the toilet.
I really don't get much feeling in here, but I'm going to stay here for a second now that I've turned everything on. Come closer if you want it to be, but again, I told you that I would. You're okay with touching me.
For our first session, we ended up going downstairs in the basement.
I haven't had much luck yet with things being attracted.
I feel like did you hear that?
The thing I'm holding is just a camera. It takes photos. It might be able to see people or see something. It may not. You come up to it, we may never ever even see you on the camera.
Left Jackie and Carrie there to start their first EVP session and see how it will go. Bring back memories.
Yeah, you guys are doing a lot better than we did.
From previous experience, I know it's been over a year, but from the locations you've been with us, how does this one fall in there for you? Getting any heebie-jeebies? You walk in there, you feeling anything?
Not really.
No?
Are you in the garage?
I like goosebumps.
Do you want us in the garage?
Hey girls, that thing's going off in the garage. Then you said that and got close to it and stopped.
He's playing games with us.
I am opening the door. No harm meant. I don't mean to scare you.
It's like
wait.
everything in here.
We are in the garage with you.
It's like way dark over there though. Oh my god.
Eric. Eric is now here. We are going to leave for a few minutes.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you for letting us come in here and thank you for leading us. We will be back.
Dude, that scared me. We're going back upstairs.
We're gonna take a short break.
And yeah.
All right, so Alex and I had to make a quick trip back. This is a local case, so we could do that, and we're just there and back probably in 20 minutes or less. And I guess upon pulling back in, my team had gotten spooked pretty easily by us just pulling in.
And all of a sudden we hear this car pull up. We're done.
Yeah, I like jumped so bad.
You jumped? Did you have it on camera?
We were laughing. You could hear both of us laughing.
We heard a noise outside, and that freaked us out.
Anyway, they had a moment.
Yes, I was very embarrassed.
When I came here, and maybe you, because you could tell from Tuesday, it was hiding Tuesday. Now it's a little bit more, the gloves are off, and it feels like it's going to come out more, because it feels different here now.
Well, we walked down there. It only went up to the second one. But then it went away. And every once in a while it would go up to the second one.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we're sitting in the middle of that floor. Then we'd ask questions, and every so often we hear dee 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 in another room. I say, do you want us to follow you? Dee 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 to another room.
So it was intelligent responding, possibly.
I don't know. Then do you want us
But
to
nothing, you confirmed nothing was running up here. No blow dryers this time. No.
She was watching.
Not, okay.
Yeah, no one had nothing.
And then we said, we're going to come into the garage, and it was going dee 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 in the garage. Mm-hmm. We opened the door and it shut.
Yeah.
Something. I just heard a sound back there.
Yeah, I heard
me
that.
too.
I heard that too.
Yeah, me too. He's right over there.
It was a shuffle, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It sounded like something just shifted.
Yeah, I was like, shh. If that was you, could you please do that again? Shift an object, move something.
And you were in the garage, I believe. Were you in there making a noise? Was that you?
Yours are going to be more drawn on from the personal experiences. Be like, do you like making me scared? Do you know, and you can get a little
picking on me?
The client and Jackie then go downstairs to see if maybe we elicit some more responses. Because at the beginning of the night, we were kind of having some things a little bit more that kind of trended off. So I figured possibly having the client down there and talking to it, bringing up personal experiences.
And were you the one that passed the boundaries with the rules that I made the other day? When I said that you cannot go into the living room or the kitchen and dining room because that's free game to us? Because as I said, if you don't want to abide by the rules, hit the door. Because we all have to do it. A real nice joke the other morning. Was it Thursday or Friday morning when you took my lighter? Fair game, I guess, for bringing these guys here. But like I said, you don't want to abide by the rules. There's the door, because we all have to. My kids, me, you too.
If that is you, you need to communicate with us.
Yes, you need to tell me what's going on and what you want. Because I'm not playing these games anymore. I got too much to do and I don't have time to babysit you two. These are Cody's boots. These are Cody's snow boots. Oh, dude, you're fucking with the wrong kid if you fuck with him. Haley Brown can hold her own because she's got a temper just like her mother. If that boy's innocent and you fucking hurt him, I swear to God, I will kill you. Twice over, even though you're already dead. You won't know what death is until you get the wrath of this mother. Sorry for the F word, that was on camera.
No, you're fine.
Because that's how Maddie makes me. Both of these are
Are
Cody's.
you attached to Cody in some way?
Yes, and if you're attached to him in a good way, that's fine. But you do not harm that baby. So once these guys smudge this house or cleanse this house and you're gone, where are you going to go next?
Oh, bread.
Mm-hmm. Because I want you to hold on to me because I don't want to let you go. Because if something, I don't want to let you go. No, come here. I have to hold on to you. You have to because if you go somewhere, I'm going with you. You see, Knight, did you talk to him, Cody? Because I'm telling him he's leaving. If he's down here and if he's in here, he's gone as of tonight. He's no longer staying. He doesn't want to play by our rules. Then he's got to go.
Oh, sorry.
No, not you, honey. It's the ghost. You're staying here. You just have to learn the rules. You're stuck here. You don't get to go anywhere. But this guy here, he doesn't want to play by the rules, and if he's gonna scare me and upset me because I'm worried about you and your sister, then he's got to go. I don't want you going somewhere without me over in there. If I'm pissing this thing off, don't turn the light on, babe. If I'm pissing that thing off, I don't want you going in there by yourself. I told you to stay in the same room as I am.
You don't belong here, ghost.
don't belong here. You tell him. I want you to leave.
I want you to leave.
We want you all to leave, right? All of us want you to leave.
You better tell.
You better tell what? What do you better tell?
Say you're sorry for us. You lied to us. You have to say sorry to us.
How did he lie to us?
Was a no mess with my house.
Yeah, he better not be messing with our house, right?
You say you're sorry.
Good job, sweetheart. You tell him.
You better tell.
Your mama raised you right, didn't she?
Come out. I told you no more rules allowed.
Yeah, because look, you get in trouble when you don't abide by the rules, don't you?
You're a lot of trouble, you. You're a lot of trouble.
He's in a lot of trouble. He has to go, right?
Come talk to us. Did you better behave the rules? We don't like in it's our house.
See?
That was sharing the rules because you're just a ghost.
And whoever might be here with us right now, I was able to detect you. I know your presence. I know that you're around and that you're hiding from us right now, that you keep running around. And you prefer to come out when Lori is by herself, or Haley is here and by herself. You prefer to do that. What we don't want you to do any longer, you're not allowed to, is trying to manipulate or befriend Dakota. And you're not allowed to befriend him or try to manipulate him in any way.
You better tell him.
Eric's talking. He's telling us stuff.
Alright, you're not allowed to do that, and we fear that you have been in the past, and while that stops.
He's finally listening, right?
Sporadic EMF, that's interesting.
Isn't that? Because remember, Jackie, we had it all up and down.
Yeah, it was like...
It was, yeah, almost to the fourth at Orange.
Yeah, especially over the clothes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, remember? Because I said, isn't that funny, too, when I looked at that t-shirt, it was...
I still try to find ways to explain it, but when we went down this thing, I guess it's a K2, we'd go up to level 2, and then down, up, down, every once in a big while. Made me curious why it was doing that.
A good thing when we don't have to do it, when we go to a place and it's not something that is to the level where it warrants some kind of a cleansing or removal. So glad that we do these time to time and not all the time. Well, it's a bigger responsibility because Kim's not here. So whoever's here, you're no longer welcome here. All the negative energies or unwanted spirits.
It's just like you can feel that there's
a change.
Yeah.
Calling upon Saint Michael the Archangel to sweep down here. Calling upon Saint Michael the Archangel to sweep down here. What was that?
I don't know what that was.
The clothes are moving.
The clothes moved?
Yeah, the clothes are moving.
Yep.
I just called on Saint Michael too. Any unwanted spirits, unwanted energies need to move out of this location now. Negative energies need to move out of this location. Alright. Our negative spirits no longer welcome here. You'll be thrust out. Call upon St. Michael to help you out the door. Come on.
Well, this would be a good chance to see how it feels. Oh, EMF's going on.
Is that you? Might be.
Ready? Alright, positive energy from this Reiki candle. Fill this location. Nothing but positive energy. No doubt, whatever that was down there with us, we were pushing it.
I enjoyed it, and it was nice feeling how relaxed and just light everything was afterwards.
And then when you guys started doing the cleansing and that, I noticed my chest was really heavy and starting to ache.
And then when you went through and we're done with the candles and that, going back through putting positive energy in, that weight was lifted. It was gone. It's gone now. And I had this pain kind of right here too. It's gone.
Before, I don't know, it was really weird. Just kind of, always just felt little drained, cold things everywhere. And I don't know, it just kind of felt awkward in certain places, like you weren't supposed to be there. Now, afterwards, it feels like kind of like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders a little bit. I can breathe a little better. I had a headache all night long, but now it's gone.
I was really kind of scared and hesitant in the beginning, not knowing what it was, you know, or what it was, the reason it was here for, if it was going to hurt one of the kids or not, you know. So I felt really uneasy and unsure. But now that when you came the first time, Eric, you know, kind of explain what was going on and everything, it made me, the fear gone.
How do you feel?
I feel better, much better. I feel very positive, and I think it's gone. Especially with Dakota being down there, you know, and saying what you said, and then you guys doing that and everything. And my chest feels great now, and so I think we're good. So don't even have self-doubt or hesitation about it coming back. So hopefully it went on down the street.
All right.
So
Any deal? Did you hear anything? So, or any advice?
I think this was a good experience. I've never dealt with anything like this, so I think you guys did a great job. But I want to thank you for coming in and helping my family and that, because I know I feel a lot better. Thank you all.
All right. Well, thank you again.
Yes.
And
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks. Nice seeing you. Yeah, nice seeing you too. Thanks, Harry.
All right. Yeah.
Jackie, Carrie, Alex, the camera guy.
We'll have to see how it goes, because we know and make sure that they know that the cleansing's on a one size fit all here. How's it been here?
I haven't really felt anything.
And I'm normally in the kitchen or in the dining room, sometimes in the bathroom. I hear a freaking cat constantly yelling. Know you why and why? Because I've taken all these cats we've ever had and taken them to the and put to sleep, you know, and it's like, oh my God, they're coming back to haunt me, or oh my God, that one didn't really run away, it's come back.
And see, that's kind of interesting, because that wasn't dwelled on too much when we were here going over the stories. That
But you know what, Eric, I
didn't
didn't think of it because I thought you were gonna laugh at me.
Why is he saying my name?
Why is he saying
Yeah.
Eric? That didn't sound like him.
It's like that.
Oh man, that was great. I mean, that was good.
I killed her.
Yep. Two different voices and spirit voices here. This is one of our second best EVPs that we
There's
got.
like two
It's one of my
girls, "Save me,
favorites
save
from
me."
here. There's like a female voice saying, "Save me," and then there's a darker man saying, "I killed her."
So much happier now. I believe whatever it was that was here is gone. There was no more recollection, you know, after you guys came, no more of it. I sensed a few things a couple weeks later, but it was nothing like it was before.
Like a tall man standing there, and this is when at that moment. And I'm like, "Oh, hello," and I shut the door. Oh.
So I believe whatever it was that was here, you guys got it, and it was gone.
Gizmo was good though.
Yeah.
She would pack her cheeks so full,
Mm-hmm.
like literally until they would burst.
I thought about going back to hamsters, but I had one.
Don't get a guinea pig.
One episode. Nah, guinea pigs were much. One hamster that did that, and we had a water bottle that had a wire going around it to hold it in because it was a stand. It didn't go over the thing, and she hung herself. I'm just like, oh, really? Is it that bad for you? You're that depressed. I fed you every day, gave you water, and this is how you treat me.
Oh, shit! That was good. Ever since you guys have been here, it's felt a lot better. Basement, haven't seen anything, haven't felt anything. So yeah, it was after you guys cleansed the place, it just felt like you could actually breathe and nothing was in here anymore. So
Thank you so much, Eric. I'm so glad you guys came out. I feel so much
Yeah.
better about it.
Eric, I made it, man.
How's it going?
It's going good. How about you?
It's been forever. I'm doing all right. Come on
Good
in.
to
We got
see
some
you.
catching up to do here. Well, we had a pleasant surprise. Blast from the past, an old investigator, Clay, had knocked on my door, or showed up, and discussed wanting to come back and helping out Paranormal Endeavors.
Well, I was with Paranormal Endeavors a while back and decided to take a little leave of absence so I could pick up a few things on my own. There were some things I wanted to learn independently and not bog the group down with that. And
he had started on our team helping in production. He was a camera guy who's referenced by Alex, actually, way back in the day, in our earlier days. And then in between chapter 1 and 2, he had to take a break right after the Indiana case at the end of chapter 1.
I learned a lot about ITC, instrumental transcommunication, and that became a strong area of interest of mine. And so now I want to bring those new skills that I've learned and pick up new skills from Eric and the group and meld those together into a better investigation.
It's wonderful to see Clay back, and hopefully we'll have some great endeavors with him.